What probability models does artificial intelligence use? Have you ever wondered how artificial intelligence finds answers? Many people think AI knows everything, but this is not true. Like us, AI uses the information it has and predicts the most likely answer. Probability plays the most important role in this process. For example, think about an email spam filter. If an email subject contains certain words, it is more likely to be spam. AI analyzes large numbers of past emails and calculates the probability that an email containing those words is spam. If the probability exceeds a certain threshold, it classifies the email as spam. In this way, artificial intelligence is a mathematical model that explains the world through data. However, collecting all the information in the world is impossible. Just as no one can know exactly what will happen in the future, artificial intelligence must make decisions with incomplete information. As a result, artificial intelligence constantly deals with uncertainty. One of its main goals is to reduce uncertainty and find the result closest to the correct answer. Probability is the tool that makes this possible. In probability, we first define the sample space, the set of all possible outcomes. In contrast, the data we actually observe or collect represents only part of that set. We call this observed subset a sample space. Suppose we want to know the average height of students at a school. Measuring every student would give the most accurate result, but this is easier said than done. So we survey only some students and use them to estimate the whole group. Those surveyed students make up the sample space. Artificial intelligence works in a similar way. The data it learns from is not the entire world, but only a sample. In that sense, the learning process itself is a form of probabilistic estimation. Can we judge the personality of an entire school from just one student? Artificial intelligence faces a similar challenge. To address this problem, AI uses probability models. Simply put, a probability model is a way to explain the given data as accurately as possible. AI analyzes observed data and infers the rules that may have generated it. There are two main ways to study probability: frequentist probability and Bayesian probability. Frequentists view probability as the result of repeated experiments. For example, the probability of rolling a 1 on a die is as follows. If we roll a die many times, a 1 appears about 1/6 of the time. Therefore, frequentists define probability as the long-term proportion of outcomes. In reality, however, we cannot always collect enough data. What if someone rolls a die 10 times and happens to get a 1 7 times? That person might think the die is more likely to roll a 1. Here we encounter Bayesian probability. Bayesian theory revises existing beliefs when new information appears. It continuously updates probabilities based on experience and observation. For example, imagine a doctor diagnosing a patient. At first, the doctor estimates a 10% chance of a certain disease. After receiving test results, the probability may rise to 60%. Another test may increase it to 90%. This approach of revising probabilities whenever new information becomes available is called Bayesian thinking. In mathematics, we call this conditional probability. This formula represents the probability that event A occurs given that event B has occurred. It shows that probabilities can change when we learn new information. Today, machine learning widely uses this Bayesian way of thinking. Artificial intelligence does not start with a perfect model. Instead, it continually learns from new data and updates its predictions. It is similar to a student who becomes a little smarter after each mistake. Probability models also help artificial intelligence process data efficiently. The internet contains an enormous amount of information. Checking every piece of information would take far too much time. Probability helps us search the most relevant information first. The same applies when looking for a book in a library. If we are searching for a book about schools, we would not start by opening a cookbook. We would look for the most relevant books first. Artificial intelligence selects information in a similar way by using probability. Artificial intelligence is not a giant calculator that memorizes answers. It is more like a detective that finds the most likely answer from incomplete information. And probability is the detective's most powerful tool. Probability allows us to predict the weather, diagnose diseases, and build self-driving cars. Future advances in artificial intelligence may come not from faster computers, but from new theories of probability that handle uncertainty more effectively. What kind of probability model do you think could make the world more convenient?